Woody, let's take a little trip down memory lane, shall we? Now, I've seen a lot of things, but you, my friend, have given me some truly interesting moments to reflect on. Let's talk about that time you tied Buzz to a rocket. A rocket, Woody. I mean, what were you thinking? You're supposed to be his friend, his partner in play, but instead you strapped him to a device that could have sent him straight out of Andy's backyard and into orbit. That's not just a bad move, Woody. That's what we call taking things a little too far. But hey, let's not dwell too much on the literal explosive situations. We've all made a mistake or two, haven't we? I just want you to understand, sometimes we make these choices in the heat of the moment, when we're feeling lost or insecure. Maybe you felt a little threatened by Buzz, huh? He comes along with all those flashing lights, gadgets, and that to infinity and beyond swagger. And there you are, trusty Woody, with a pull string and no wings. I get it. But Woody, here's the thing. Comparing yourself to others, that's where things go sideways. Let me tell you, you were always Andy's favorite. You didn't need to compete. But instead of realizing that, you got jealous, didn't you? Jealousy is a tricky thing, Woody. It sneaks up on you, wraps around your heart, and before you know it, you're acting out of fear, not love. You didn't need to try and get rid of Buzz to prove your worth. You were already loved just the way you were. You are enough, Woody. But you know what's funny, Woody? Even in those moments of chaos, there's always room for a little lesson, isn't there? Like that time you pushed Buzz out the window. Yeah, that wasn't exactly your finest moment either, was it? I bet, for a second there, you thought, yep, got rid of the competition, only to find out that, uh-oh, that's not how it works. Turns out life has a way of sending things right back your way when you try to run from them. Kind of poetic, don't you think? And the irony, Woody, is that you and Buzz were always meant to be on the same team. Two cowboys, well, one cowboy, one space ranger, but that's beside the point. The point is, when you're too focused on fighting someone else, you miss out on the opportunity to collaborate. And trust me, Woody, two people working together, that's a powerful thing. It's like when I had to deal with the 12 disciples. Sometimes they didn't get along. They bickered. They even argued about who's the greatest. But they figured out that when they worked together, they could change the world. You and Buzz, same deal. You could have saved yourself a lot of headaches by realizing that sooner. Oh, and let's not forget your little incident at Sunnyside Daycare. Oh man, Woody, you really outdid yourself on that one. You went from being the top toy to being thrown into the thick of toy prison life. You even met Lotso, didn't you? That bear. Let's just say, Lotso wasn't exactly a love thy neighbor kind of guy. But here's the kicker, Woody. Throughout all that craziness, you never lost hope. Even when you were stuck in that box with all those other forgotten toys, you kept going. You kept believing there was a way out. And that's something I respect about you, Woody. No matter how far down you went, no matter how many mistakes you made, deep down, you always had the heart of a good toy. But Woody, here's the real question. What are you going to do now? Because those were the past mistakes. And the thing about the past is, it's behind you. You can't go back and change it. Believe me, I know a thing or two about forgiveness. That's what I'm all about. But for it to mean something, you've got to want to do better, to be better. It's not about being perfect, Woody. It's about understanding where you went wrong and using that to make better choices moving forward. And let me tell you something funny about life. It gives you plenty of chances to make things right. Just like you and Buzz became the best of friends after all that mess, there's always room to repair what's been broken. You've done wrong in the past, Woody. But that doesn't mean you have to keep doing wrong in the future. Now, Woody, choosing good isn't always as clear as it seems, is it? I mean, look at all the things you've been through. Sometimes what feels right in the moment turns out to be the exact opposite of what's good. Like, oh, I don't know, convincing yourself that getting rid of Buzz was going to bring back the good old days. Yeah, about that. Good doesn't work like a lasso you can throw around and pull back whenever you want. It's a choice you've got to make every single day. It's about thinking, what can I do that lifts others up instead of pushing them down? But here's the tricky part. Doing good isn't just about what you don't do. It's about what you do. It's not enough to just avoid bad things. No, Woody. You've got to take action. And sometimes that means stepping out of your comfort zone, making sacrifices for others, and not just sitting back and thinking, well, at least I didn't tie anyone to a rocket today. Low bar, my friend. Low bar. We can aim higher than that, don't you think? Choosing good means putting other people first, even when it's hard. Remember when you led the gang on that great escape from Sunnyside Daycare? Now that was good. Sure, it wasn't easy. You were running around dodging all sorts of obstacles, but you knew it was the right thing to do. You weren't thinking about yourself, you were thinking about your friends. And that, Woody, is what good is all about. Sacrifice, compassion. You didn't have to do that. You could have just left everyone behind and gotten out on your own. But you didn't. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if I could just get you to apply that mindset a little more consistently, that would be something to see. You see, Woody, choosing good starts with the small things. You don't need a grand gesture every time. It's not always about saving the world from some daycare dictator. Sometimes it's as simple as choosing to be kind. When Buzz came around and you felt threatened, the good choice would have been to welcome him, to see how he could help you, instead of trying to outshine him. Good isn't about competition, Woody. It's about connection. You and Buzz could have been working together from day one, but it took a whole lot of chaos for you to realize that, didn't it? Here's a little secret, Woody. The more you choose good, the easier it gets. It's like a habit. At first it feels strange, uncomfortable, and you'll want to revert back to your old ways. Those quick fixes, those get-ahead-at-all-costs plans. But if you keep making those small, good choices, you'll find that your heart changes. Suddenly you won't feel the need to push others away to secure your place. You'll know that doing good, lifting others up, makes you stronger in the end. And let's talk about why it matters. Choosing good isn't just for other people's sake, it's for you, too. Ever notice how, after a good deed, there's this peace that comes over you? It's that little nudge inside that tells you you're on the right path. That's because you were made to do good, Woody. I made you, and every part of you is designed for kindness, generosity, and love. All those times you've tried to go against that design. Well, let's just say, you've seen how that works out. It doesn't feel right, does it? It's like trying to run on a twisted ankle. You can do it, but it's going to hurt a lot more in the end. So, stop fighting it, Woody. You were meant for good. You were meant to bring joy, not jealousy. You were made to be a leader, but not the kind that stands alone. The kind that lifts everyone up with him. You've got the heart for it. I've seen it in you. But you've got to let go of this idea that good is somehow going to slow you down, make you less important. You don't lose anything by choosing the good side, Woody. In fact, you gain everything. And here's another thing. Doing good doesn't always come with fireworks and applause. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes no one even notices. But that's okay. You don't do good to get praise. You do it because it's the right thing to do. That's something I've been trying to teach people for a while now. But hey, it takes time, right? And Woody, you've got time. You've still got plenty of chances to make the right choices. But don't wait too long. You never know when that rocket's going to launch. And speaking of choices, let's not make any more decisions based on insecurity, okay? No more chucking Buzz out of windows. No more leaving Jessie to fend for herself. You're better than that, Woody. Deep down, you know it too. It's time to step into that role you were meant for. The leader who always chooses good, no matter what. All right, Woody. We've covered where things went wrong and what it means to choose good. Now let's talk about how you can turn it all around. Redemption. Ah yes, redemption. One of my favorite topics. And let me tell you, Woody, it's always within reach. Doesn't matter what you've done or how many toys you've thrown out of windows. There's always a way back. But it's going to take some work. So, Woody, keep choosing good. Keep leading with love. Keep doing the right thing, even when it's tough. And I promise you, the rewards will come. You'll find peace. You'll build trust. You'll feel joy. And you'll create relationships that stand the test of time. And best of all, you'll become the kind of leader who makes the world around him a better place. One choice at a time. That's the real reward, Woody. And it's one you can enjoy every single day.